Good day, students. Today we will be doing a reading lesson on the story Just Like Josh Gibson. And this lesson is dated for the 29th of March 2020. This is the cover page of the story in our Reading Street book, Just Like Josh Gibson. And if we have a look at the high frequency words that will be used, it is bases, cheers, field, plate, sailed, and through. It is bases, cheers, field, plate, sailed, and through. And these are the words that will be occurring in our Reading Street book as we read through the story. I will not read through the story myself. I will, as usual, play um, a video that I've downloaded, and then we will have a look at an activity based on these high frequency words. So going on, before we go into the activity, I will be showing the video that I have, and I encourage all of us to listen carefully and look at the story and follow the story to understand it. This brings us then to the end of this story that we just had a look at, just like Josh Gibson. And this is an interesting story because we can deduct, and what the story is about is that uh, in history, it wasn't allowed for any females to really take part in sports. And which was also very important is that even though the little girl had a love for what she did, it wasn't allowed for her to take part in the sport, even though she loved it. And then one day she got an opportunity to take part in these sports, or at least for one game, and she did really well because we learn these days in modern life that talent and the ability to do things is not limited to what gender or sex you are. So whether you are a boy or a girl, that it is possible to reach goals and to do very good in sport or anything that you take part in. And we see in this story that it was a dream for this little girl to achieve big things in baseball. So now, if we can go into our activity is now Readers and Writers Notebook. This is RWNB, Readers and Writers Notebook on page 482. There are a few questions um, where we should fill in the words. And once again, it is these words that we need to fill in: bases, cheers, field, plate, sailed, and through. Now, where are we supposed to put them? In our book, we see that we are supposed to fill in the missing word in our sentences. So the first one would be Glenn looked at the players on the field, would be the first answer. And here I have the summary of the answers. The second one, the second sentence should be, he stepped up to the plate. Plate should be filled in and waited for the pitch. Number three is, the pitcher threw the ball, threw being the past tense of throw. Number four, Glenn swung and the ball sailed to left field. And then number five, um, Glenn swung and the ball sailed to the left field. He raced around the bases. The bases is a place. There are four bases in baseball. If you have a look at that, and the bases are where you are supposed to stop each time when you run around the bases. And then number six, he could hear the cheers of the fans. So number six is the cheers of the fan. So then this brings us then to the end of these answers that we are supposed to do. Our homework activity is on page 486 in the Readers and Writers Notebook. And this then brings us to the end of this recording.